Well, good morning. Welcome to Montana viewers. Today, I'm going to start a series, do a couple videos, and I'm going to entitle the series Shootin' Stuff. I'm going to bring out different calibers, different guns I have, and shoot different things with them. I got a steel plate. I got a couple small watermelons, a couple 2x8s nailed together, a pineapple, a cantaloupe, a cinder block, a gallon of water, and an old turkey archery target. So, on Shootin' Stuff today, I'm going to be shooting a 45 Colt lever action. Let me go get it and show it to you. Alright, I'm going to show you that new gun I just bought. Got that new gun, happiness. I've never shot this. It looks like it was maybe owned by one person who kept it in very great condition, maybe shot it a handful of times and then sold it. I've gone through the innards of the gun, I've gone through the inside of the gun. The barrel itself has very little copper fouling, very little lead fouling. Not much gunpowder in it. Obviously factories tend to do some test fires, a couple, 1 to 2, and then whoever owned it did a couple. But other than that, this thing's pretty much new. Like I said, this is a 45 Colt lever action, and it's pretty, y'all. It's pretty. It's one of the ones I found. Had a local gun store going out of business, and he had dropped some of his prices. I can't believe someone didn't buy this for how pretty it is. I will show you here in just a second. I just wanted to touch on one other thing before we start shooting here. As someone who shoots a lot of firearms, out in some areas where, I'm alone today. We don't have my wife, don't have any friends. If something were to go wrong, you need to know how to self-rescue in these situations. Always keep a charged cell phone. And always keep a good first aid kit. This is one I've been building. This has nothing crazy in it. It's got some gauze, some tape, some athletic wrap. But what it has, one of the most important things, is a tourniquet. This has a tourniquet in here, and you need to know how to use a tourniquet. If you're going to shoot a lot of guns and be out on your own in places, you need to understand things can go wrong. Even when you're the most safest person ever, things can go wrong. And if something goes wrong with a firearm, I'd say 80% of stuff that goes wrong with firearms can be catastrophic. Everybody's seen the Kentucky Ballistics 50 blow up. Everybody's seen the RPG explosion on the guys in their video when they're shooting RPGs and the one blows up when he's holding it. Firearms are inherently dangerous. You can be as safe as you want with them. There's a lot of safety to be had with them, but they are inherently dangerous. You need to be careful and be prepared. All right. Spiel's over. Without further ado, let me introduce you to my new buy. Look at this. This is a Rossi stainless steel 45 long Colt. Ain't she beautiful? Look at that shine. It almost feels like a toy. Anyone who's never shot any lever actions, it's not very big. It's it's lightweight. It's iron sights. Lever action. It's a cowboy gun. It's just fun to pop at stuff. Fun plinker. I wouldn't hunt an animal with this. Now, if I had to, survival situation, 100%. But it's not going to be the first choice. Shoots a 45 Colt. 45 caliber, straight wall cartridge. This was black powder for years and years and years in the early days. Obviously, most stuff's gone to smokeless now, but it's not a high pressure round. Now, you can buy high pressure rounds for 45 Colt. This guy these are just store-bought. This is a 200 grain, 750 feet per second. That's relatively weak compared to most other cartridges out there, but it's still a gun. It's still, you still want to be safe with it. So on the series that I'm starting, this is my first episode of the series. I'm going to entitle it Shootin' Stuff. As you can see, I just got a bunch of stuff out there that I already listed off. Let's go shoot it. I was not sure how many it was going to hold. This is brand new to me. Never owned a 45 lever. 30-30s, 45-70s, holds 4, holds 5 sometimes. This holds 11 in the tube. I racked it, put the hammer back down, which is a cheap man's lever action safety. And then I put one more in, so I have 12 rounds. We got the plethora of stuff to shoot. Let's see what happens. The birds are giving you guys a beautiful serenade this morning. Can you hear it? Montana in the spring. It's mid-April. It's just lovely out here. Probably 50 degrees. Lovely. Alright, well, without further ado, let's take first shots, shall we? Let's get the ears in. Get the eyes on. First shot, I'm just going to send it up into the grass to see what happens. Oh, that's beautiful. Very light recoiling. All right. It's time to start the series here. Love that sound. I got brass down my shirt. There we go. All right. Let's start off here with the... Oh hell, let's start off with the steel plate, shall we? .45 Colt, still no slouch. Go with the wood block. Cantaloupe. Turkey. Pineapple. Oh. Cinder block. Gallon of water. We got one left. It's the watermelon. Oh, got her. I got a couple rounds left. Let's see what we can do. Let's put another one in the turkey. Let's do another one in that cantaloupe. It's kind of still standing. Last round. Let's hit that pineapple one more time. Might be one of my new favorite guns. That is very light recoil. Very fun to shoot. The Rossi 45 Colt lever action. Stainless steel to make it pretty. That's for sure. Woo! Alright, went and set the gun down on my tailgate. Let's go see what bit of carnage we did. I'm sure you got a good view there, but now watermelons. Watermelons are just fun to shoot because they explode. Cantaloupes explode not quite as much, and so do pineapples, but watermelons are probably the best. I would say a strong second is water jugs. They're fun to shoot. Just rinse out your milk gallons and fill them up with water. Well, let's stand up the old steel again. Oh, I'm getting old. You can hear me making noises when I stand up. Don't worry, young YouTubers. It will get you soon. 45 long Colt. It's not even a divot. I have shot this plate with a 300 Weatherby from the backside, and that's all it did. So I don't expect 45 Colt to do anything, but the shock did knock it over, which is pretty cool. As you can see, that old watermelon, it never stood a chance. Here's our board. In the front, out the back. Not surprised. I mean, I wasn't going to stop 45 with anything I got here. The old pineapple, she got shredded. Cantaloupe. Ew. Still a little left of that. I'm going to turn it up like this. Shoot it one more time. Cinder block. Pretty much broke it in half. We'll call that. The old water jug. It didn't last too long either. I tell you what, boys. Look at those shots. You see, I've been shooting it with a bow and arrow because it's an archer target, but those some death shots right there. Thanks, turkey. All in all, not a bad video. That was a fun one to shoot. If you've never gone out and just shot stuff, you should give it a try. Now, don't litter your areas, even if you own the ground. Pick your stuff back up when you're done, but that's a hoot right there. It's fun to do. All right. Well, I was in the process of picking the stuff up, and I realized I still had a little bit left of the stuff. So, what better way to dispose of it than shoot it with a different gun? This is one of my newer buys that I bought here a couple months back. This is a Smith & Wesson 10mm, made by Performance Center. It's ported. It's got a 5 3/4 inch barrel with a ported front nose. The barrel's ported, and it's got a ported slide to help deal with that. It's got an optics cut. I'm not an optics guy, but it's there if I ever wanted it. 10mm. Pineapple. Cinder blocks. Oh, another one left. Cantaloupe. Pineapple. How about that wood block? I'm gonna step out of the way so you can see it, huh? Wood block. I knew something felt wrong, and I just realized you can tell I shoot a lot of guns because it took me took me 10 rounds to realize I forgot my Air Pro. I got a nice ring going on in that ear for sure. We got 5 rounds left. Let's send them. Let's take that plate. How about steel plate? Probably gonna knock it over. Yep. Far left. That piece of pineapple's still looking a little bit solid. No, it's not. How about the rest of that cantaloupe? How about that wood block? You got one left. How about wood block? 10mm. That's a fun one to play with too. That's all for that video. If you're still watching, thank you for watching. My name's Clint. This is Montana Viewers. Shooting Stuff, Series Episode 1. More to come. I got plenty of guns, plenty of different bigger calibers, big rifles, big handguns. If you've watched it this far, drop in the comments what you'd like me to shoot stuff with next. If you're still here and you like the content, like, subscribe, share. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so help me out, please. Thanks. You guys have a great day on this beautiful Montana morning. Take care.